access to credit is essential for economic growth and development. Countries like the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Canada, and China have developed models to boost consumer credit for their citizens. Understanding this, the first edition of the Fintech Nigeria Social Meet for 2024 brought together members of the industry ecosystem and presented the opportunity to discuss the prospects for a robust consumer credit scheme in Nigeria. In his remarks, Otunba Aderemi Abdul-Bojela said the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation is focused on driving economic nationalism, stimulating the economy, and creating jobs.
By consumer credit, we want to improve the quality of life of an average Nigerian. What does that mean? We want Nigerians to have access to quality life, things that make life worthwhile. For example, an average young Nigerian between age of 18 and 25, all his intention is to leave this country. That needs to be reversed. And it can only be reversed by making sure that industries strive in Nigeria, jobs are created, the economy is stimulated, and also the economy is diversified away from our primary product of export, which is oil.
Speaking further, Otunba Aderemi Abdul-Bojela highlighted the value of the consumer credit scheme to the economy and the role the fintech industry can play.
The succeeding government had preached over and over again on job creation, diversification, and stimulation. They have all virtually failed. That's why we are seeing all these social, antisocial things happening in our environment. Now, how do we connect to fintech? The primary goal of Consumer Credit Guarantee Scheme under NCC is to provide guarantee for lending institutions for made in Nigerian goods and services. The fintech has a lot of opportunities to partner with us in specific areas of money transfer, technology evaluation, etc. and etc. But this outing is just like a synthesizing engagement outing for us to be able to interact and cross-pollinate to see areas where we can support each other. You know what the fintech people know what their problems are. We know what solutions we can provide in terms of, lending money, activities, and all the rest of it. So we need to interact more. This is just a social first stage of interaction. We need to sit down and tell them, this is our plan. This is our technology. How do you fit in, or how do we partner? So we begin to identify one by one areas of collaboration.
The Chief Operating Officer of Fintech Nigeria, Dr. Babatunde Obrima, also shared how the industry will work with the Consumer Credit Corporate to unlock economic opportunities.
As fintechs, when you look at from the concept of digital lending, you can see what has happened. And since consumer credit, I think that fintechs have a major role to play. It's good for the economy. It will also help with inflation. So, you see that MPR has been going up, but inflation is still not responding. And that's because we don't have a credit culture. In other climes, it works because there's a credit culture. So with this coming up board, what you're going to see is that I don't have to pay 100% cash. I can keep 80% and pay 20% equity and spread it over time. So savings will improve. At the same time, credit will improve. The economy will improve. So fintechs will definitely play a major role. We reach more people.
For Mrs. Jamila Sharif Ayedun, the MD, CEO of Credit Registry and the Fintech Nigeria Social Meet host, the consumer credit industry has evolved and presents immense prospects for Nigeria.
I think one thing I really, really love about what the government initiative is going to do is that it's literally going to unleash access to credit for millions of Nigerians. And this is to help to buy goods that are actually made in Nigeria. So if they're made in Nigeria, who's going to be making them? It's going to be the consumers. They're going to get more employment. Employment is going to lead to actually getting income. That income is going to be able to allow for them to be able to get the goods and services that improve their quality of life. And so I'm so excited to see that this initiative is going to be, really broken into many sectors of the economy. So manufacturing, whether it's automobiles, whether it's actually goods and products that people will use in their own homes or as far as their personal products, this is really, really, really going to allow for more Nigerians to be employed, to be able to get an income, then to be able to actually qualify for that credit. And that credit is really what's going to continue to multiply the economy that we have here. So I'm very, very excited to be a part of the initiative and to also be able to support so many fintechs that are really, really, I'm going to say, the backbone of making this happen, right? So they have the technology, they have the ability to be able to uniquely identify people, to be able to disperse funds literally within seconds. And so all of these things are really what's driving the ability for this to happen. And of course, as a bureau, we provide the data. So everyone should have the ability to have the instance of information about them that's going to supersede anything else, right? So your reputation matters, and especially when it comes to credit. So make sure that that is something that we always protect and that we use as essentially your passport to access to be able to improve your quality of life.
According to the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, over 1.5 million Nigerians have applied to the scheme since its launch this year, with plans to pilot with 10 major banks and partner with the fintech industry. The consensus of data, credit scores, and how the scheme will be efficiently managed are expected to be addressed to deepen financial inclusion and empower Nigerians.